You're about to be surprised by what I'm going to share with you. And if you're seeing this right now, it's no accident. You're getting another chance, an opportunity to rewrite your story in ways you may have never imagined possible. As a chosen one, you already know life doesn't follow the same script for you as it does for most. Your journey has been marked by deeper insights, unexplainable coincidences, and a constant pull towards something greater. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment saying 77 to send a powerful signal to the universe. Watch this video on repeat to amplify its energy and seal the message in your spirit. If you're truly chosen, you'll stay until the very end. If not, you'll probably click away. Chapter 1. The reason for another chance. Life has a curious way of giving us second chances, though they often arrive in forms we don't immediately recognize. It could be a sudden career shift, a new friendship, or even a personal epiphany that compels you to see everything differently. For chosen ones like you, these second chances are never random. They're orchestrated by forces beyond human comprehension, aligning you with the exact people, places, and opportunities that propel you to a higher version of yourself. You might wonder why so many people let their second chances slip through their fingers. Often it's because they don't realize they've been given one. They get so caught up in regret or self-blame that they miss the universal cues urging them to look up and move forward. But you, on the other hand, have a keen intuition. You've probably felt that internal nudge that says, "There's more for me. I'm not finished yet." That feeling is the universe whispering, "Don't give up. I'm arranging something better." In everyday life, this can manifest as a spontaneous spark of inspiration or a gentle push to revisit an abandoned dream. Maybe you've always wanted to write a book, launch a business, or learn a new skill. Perhaps you tried once, and it didn't go as planned. Instead of seeing that as a definitive end, chosen ones understand it was merely a lesson preparing them for the real thing. Your failure was a dress rehearsal, an invaluable tutorial that's now equipping you to succeed on your second, third, or even fourth attempt. Of course, stepping into a new chance isn't always comfortable. It often requires confronting the self-imposed limits you've been carrying, beliefs about what you can and can't do, or stories about who you think you are. You may face skepticism from those who can't see what you see. People might question your decision to revive an old goal or chase a new dream. But remember, they're not living your journey. Their doubts merely reflect their own fears, not your potential. It's also worth noting that second chances can be disguised as crises or turning points that force you to change. A job loss, a relationship ending, or a health scare can feel like the rug is being pulled out from under you. Yet if you look closely, these crises are sometimes the universe's way of saying, "Stop clinging to what was. Start embracing what's meant for you." In this sense, every loss is also an invitation to pivot, to realign with your true essence, and to trust the bigger picture. Allow yourself to get excited about this new chapter. Believe that what's coming is not just a repeat of the past, but a grander, more refined version of what could be. Stay open to the signs, follow your intuition, and remember that as a chosen one, your path is uniquely guided. You're not here by mistake. You're here by design. And every time life offers you a fresh start, it's an opportunity to step more fully into the person you were always meant to be. Chapter 2. Releasing the weight of old mistakes. Before you can fully embrace another chance, you need to let go of the emotional baggage tied to your past mistakes. Chosen ones often wrestle with guilt or regret, especially when they feel they've failed or let someone down. Yet there's a hidden gift in every so-called failure, a lesson that propels you forward once you extract its wisdom. Holding on to shame or resentment only blocks the flow of new opportunities. It's like trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. You might replay old events in your mind, picking apart your actions and wishing you had done things differently. These mental loops can consume you if you let them. The key is to recognize that you did the best you could with the awareness and resources you had at the time. Hindsight might make it look so obvious, but back then, you were navigating life with the knowledge and emotional maturity you possessed in that moment. By acknowledging this, you free yourself from the toxic cycle of self-blame. Releasing old mistakes doesn't mean you pretend they never happened. On the contrary, you honor their role in shaping who you are today. Think of them as stepping stones rather than gravestones. Each misstep can be reframed as a pivot point that led you to learn something crucial, be it resilience, empathy, or the ability to trust your intuition. Focusing on the lessons gained rather than the pain endured transforms regret into a potent fuel for growth. In your daily life, this can look like practicing self-forgiveness. Whenever you catch yourself berating past actions, gently redirect your thoughts. I forgive myself. I learned from that experience. Over time, this affirmation rewires your brain to stop associating mistakes with shame. It creates mental space for new possibilities to flourish. You'll find you start approaching fresh opportunities, like a job interview, a creative project, or a budding relationship, with an open heart, unclouded by the fear that you'll repeat your past. Another aspect of releasing old mistakes involves making peace with those you may have hurt along the way. Sometimes an apology or a sincere conversation can alleviate lingering tension. Other times the individual in question might be gone from your life or unwilling to engage. In such cases, consider writing a letter, one you may never actually send, expressing your remorse, your lessons learned, and your hopes for their healing. This exercise helps you clear the emotional residue, even if direct reconciliation is impossible. Once you begin to liberate yourself from the weight of regrets, you notice a shift in your energy. You'll feel lighter and you'll walk through life with renewed optimism. It becomes easier to see the horizon of your new chance because nothing is pulling you back into yesterday. This doesn't mean you'll never stumble again. Life is a continuous journey of growth, but when you're no longer chained to self-reproach, you can take bold steps forward, knowing that every setback can be an invitation to rise higher. That's the transformative power of releasing old mistakes, and it's a key milestone on the path to fully embracing the second or even third chances that life so generously provides. Chapter 3. Recognizing divine timing. Another chance doesn't always arrive on your preferred schedule. You may wonder why certain doors stayed closed for so long, or why the window of opportunity seemed to open and shut at the worst possible moments. But as a chosen one, your journey often unfolds under a higher blueprint, one that doesn't conform to conventional timetables. The universe is less concerned about your deadlines and more about your readiness. When you finally receive that opportunity you've been seeking, you can be sure it's because you're now prepared to handle it at a deeper, more authentic level. In everyday life, divine timing might look like chance encounters with people who have exactly what you need: a piece of advice, a resource, or a simple word of encouragement at just the right moment. Or maybe you discover a new job opening days after you left your old position, not a week before. While others might dismiss these instances as coincidences, you sense that something more profound is at play. The cosmic puzzle pieces align in a way you could never orchestrate on your own. But let's be honest, waiting for divine timing can test your patience. You might feel frustrated, even disillusioned, when an opportunity doesn't materialize as quickly as you'd hoped. That's when self-trust and spiritual maturity come into play. Rather than forcing a situation that isn't ready to blossom, you learn to cultivate faith in the unseen. You do your part, preparing, improving your skills, maintaining a positive mindset, and you let the universe handle the rest. This isn't about passivity, it's about co-creation. You meet the universe halfway, staying open to signals that guide your next move. A key sign that your moment has arrived is a sense of internal clarity that washes over you. Even if you still have some nerves, you feel a grounded assurance that this is the path you're meant to take. It's as if every cell in your body says yes, and you move forward with a blend of excitement and serenity. In these moments, synchronicities often multiply, confirming that you're on the right track. You might see repeating number patterns, receive supportive messages from friends out of the blue, or stumble upon an article that perfectly speaks to your current dilemma. This is also the time to reevaluate your habits and your circle. When the universe signals go, it helps to make sure nothing is holding you back. Maybe you need to distance yourself from people who drain your energy or adopt a new morning routine that keeps you mentally and spiritually sharp. Divine timing isn't just about waiting. It's about aligning your whole being, mind, body, and spirit, so that when the chance appears, you can seize it wholeheartedly. In hindsight, you'll see that the delays were actually gifts, giving you time to become the person who can make the most of this second chance. You weren't ready before, but the lessons you've learned, the healing you've done, and the growth you've experienced all bring you to a point of readiness. That's the essence of divine timing. It doesn't just offer you a new door, it makes sure you're truly prepared to walk through it and thrive. And once you step across that threshold, you'll understand why things couldn't have happened any sooner or later than they did. Chapter 4. Stepping out of comfort zones. Embracing another chance often involves stepping out of what's familiar. Even when the status quo feels stagnant or unfulfilling, it can be oddly comforting simply because it's known. However, true transformation demands you venture into territories that initially feel unsettling. As a chosen one, you're designed to traverse these unknown landscapes, guided by a spark that others might not understand. This inner prompting can show up as restlessness, curiosity, or a persistent hunch that staying in your comfort zone is no longer an option. In everyday life, taking bold steps might mean shifting careers, relocating to a new place, or ending relationships that no longer nurture your highest self. Or it could be more subtle, like speaking up in situations where you used to stay silent, or finally investing time in a long-ignored passion project. Whatever the action, it's bound to stretch you. You'll likely encounter fear, doubt, and a bit of imposter syndrome. But growth rarely comes without some measure of discomfort. And that discomfort is actually a sign you're moving towards something meaningful. Many people misunderstand fear, believing it signals stop. In reality, for chosen ones, fear is often a green light that you're about to break through a self-imposed boundary. It's your soul's way of indicating, this matters. Pay attention. Instead of fleeing from fear, engage with it. Ask yourself, what's behind this feeling? Is it a genuine danger or just the anxiety of stepping into something new? More often than not, it's the latter. Understanding this perspective transforms fear into a catalyst, not a barrier. Support becomes invaluable during this phase of stepping out. Seek mentors, friends, or communities that celebrate risk-taking and personal evolution. Surrounding yourself with people who've walked similar paths can ease the anxiety that comes with big changes. Their stories remind you that stumbling along the way doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're traversing new ground. Sometimes the voices in your head, those that say, "Who do you think you are?" grow quieter when drowned out by the encouragement and success stories of others who've dared to leap. As you push past these comfort zones, you'll notice breakthroughs that once seemed impossible. Maybe you land a dream client or experience a surge of creative inspiration that renews your enthusiasm for life. These wins, small or large, serve as proof that your second chance isn't just wishful thinking, it's real, and it's unfolding as you step forward courageously. Each little victory builds upon the last, instilling a deeper confidence that you're indeed moving in the right direction. Yet don't expect constant momentum. There may be moments of contraction where doubts resurface and challenges appear. This ebb and flow is natural. What's crucial is your willingness to keep going, to learn from each setback, and to remain open to new insights. That's how you anchor your growth, by recognizing that every stumble is an invitation to refine your approach, not an excuse to give up. And each time you realign and push onward, you affirm your readiness to embrace the new chance life is offering, no matter how daunting it might appear at first glance. Chapter 5. Activating your inner gifts. A key element of getting another chance is the opportunity to activate and refine the gifts that lie dormant within you. As a chosen one, you're endowed with unique talents or perspectives that set you apart from the crowd. Sometimes these gifts are evident, like artistic ability or natural leadership. Other times they're more subtle, like an uncanny knack for seeing patterns others miss or offering empathic support when people need it most. Regardless of how they manifest, your gifts are essential to fulfilling the higher calling that's aligned with your second chance. In everyday scenarios, you might catch glimpses of these gifts through the activities you gravitate toward or the situations in which you excel without much effort. Maybe you find yourself effortlessly solving conflicts among friends, or you possess a flair for nurturing plants, animals, or even entire communities. While others might call it just being nice or having a knack, you sense there's more to it. These natural abilities are often the universe's way of hinting at where your impact can be greatest. However, discovering a gift doesn't guarantee you use it effectively. Like any skill, it needs practice, discipline, and a willingness to fail. Imagine a brilliant singer who never trains or performs. Her voice remains a hidden gem, never shared with the world. Similarly, if you know you have an intuitive sense about business but never pursue it, that gift lies dormant. Another chance in life isn't just about external opportunities. It's also about giving your gifts the room to grow and flourish. At times, you might hide your abilities out of fear of judgment or imposter syndrome. Maybe you worry that people will reject you if you show your true self. This is where courage meets responsibility. As a chosen one, it's your duty to honor the talents you've been given. Hiding them doesn't serve you or the world at large. Imagine how many people could be inspired, healed, or motivated if you fully embraced and expressed what comes naturally to you. That's not ego. That's recognizing that your gifts aren't solely for your benefit. On the practical side, honing your gifts can involve taking classes, seeking mentorship, or dedicating consistent time to develop your craft. You might create a space in your day to paint, code, write, or strategize. You invest not just money but also energy and intention, trusting that this second chance is partly about bringing your full self into the open. And as you refine your gifts, you'll see new avenues appear. Perhaps an online platform to share your art emerges, or a community group forms around the skill you offer. The result of activating your gifts is twofold. First, you experience a sense of profound fulfillment, knowing you're living in greater alignment with your purpose. Second, you become a beacon for others, showing them it's possible to step into their own gifts. This ripple effect can elevate entire communities, workplaces, or social circles. It's an affirmation that you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. When your talents flow freely, they serve as living proof that second chances are real and that they often arrive hand in hand with a call to share the best of what you are with the world. Chapter 6. Finding support along the way. Even the strongest or most spiritually attuned person benefits from supportive allies when embarking on a new path. Having a mentor, a friend to confide in, or an online community of like-minded people can smooth out challenges and enrich your journey. Feeling isolated as a chosen individual is common, but isolation isn't the universe's intention. People who genuinely resonate with your vision exist and want to see you shine. Support can take many forms: attending workshops, joining masterminds, or hiring a coach skilled in your growth area. Unexpected reconnections with old friends or colleagues may occur at just the right moment. Such alignments are rarely accidental. The universe arranges these encounters to offer resources, encouragement, or fresh perspectives right when you need them. Sometimes assistance is intangible. A book or interview might speak directly to your struggles, providing a surge of motivation. These moments remind you that others share similar aspirations. Though they may not walk beside you physically, their parallel journeys can inspire and bolster your resolve. Inviting support requires vulnerability. You might fear judgment. Friends or family could think your goals are unrealistic, or you may be used to self-reliance. Yet seeking help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Allowing others to lift you sends a message. I value this second chance enough to seek guidance and co-create solutions. This honesty fosters deeper connections, allowing others the space to share their struggles as well. Accepting support doesn't mean relinquishing autonomy. You remain responsible for your path. Simply amplifies your growth by incorporating the insights and strengths of others. Collaborative efforts accelerate learning, letting you bypass pitfalls and reduce guesswork. Your unique gifts merge with collective wisdom, propelling everyone involved toward progress. Over time, each conversation, piece of advice, or encouraging word fortifies your confidence. You realize second chances are rarely solitary. They unfold within networks of shared experience. This isn't just feel-good sentiment. Human connection forms the bedrock of transformation. By weaving your chosen path into a broader tapestry of mutual uplift, you embrace the bigger vision the universe has for you. Chapter 7. Fully embracing your new beginning. After releasing regrets, overcoming fears, and calling in the support you need, It's time to fully embrace your new beginning. This stage is both thrilling and serious. The training wheels are off, and all the lessons you've gathered now take shape in tangible action. You're stepping into a chapter that feels both destined and earned, trusting that everything you've endured and discovered has led you here. Embracing a new beginning often involves real changes. You might launch a long, contemplated adventure, start a study program aligned with your true passions, or make a geographical move. It might also be subtler, like finally articulating your boundaries with clarity. Either way, this phase calls for deeds, not just words. For chosen ones, these steps can feel both natural and momentous, like puzzle pieces finally slotting into place. Expect one last rush of doubt. Old insecurities might surface, whispering that you're not worthy or capable. Recognize these voices as echoes from a past self you're leaving behind. If necessary, revisit your toolbox. Self-forgiveness, trusting divine timing, staying open to new possibilities. Each time you reaffirm your path, you shrink doubt's influence. Along the way, celebrate small victories, securing your first client, achieving a new fitness milestone, or healing a strained relationship. These are proof that this fresh start is more than wishful thinking. Practice gratitude even for minor successes. This signals to the universe that you appreciate each opportunity, creating momentum that attracts more support and synchronicities. As you align with this new chapter, opportunities often flow more easily. Though obstacles remain, they're less destabilizing. You face them as catalysts for growth rather than roadblocks. Each conquered challenge strengthens your self-trust, confirming that you're no longer just talking about second chances. You're fully living one. Embracing your new beginning also calls for compassion toward others who remain in old patterns. Rather than judging them, remember how far you've come. Offer your story as proof that change is possible. It may be the spark they need to believe in their own fresh start. Ultimately, accepting another chance requires immense courage. It means seeing yourself not as the sum of past mistakes, but as a continually evolving soul. You are not who you were yesterday, and tomorrow you'll evolve further still. By stepping through this doorway of renewal, you launch a more meaningful storyline, one you co-create with the universe, and one that proves second chances are real, transformative, and waiting for anyone brave enough to claim them.